guys, what's going on? It's Sean here with the Triangle of Truth, here with my rapid review for this week. This week I was actually supposed to do a different comic, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman, the first crossover, but my mood, just led me somewhere different this week. So with that said, I decided to read Superman Earth 1, Volume 1. And I actually really found this to be a great read because this is the first actual Superman comic I've read in the few years that I've been reading comics, which I'm sure is probably surprising, as big as Superman is in a lot of people's pop culture, given all the movies and the cartoons and everything that he's had over the years. But despite all that, I've actually still not read a comic to this point. So I decided to pick this up because I've found the Earth 1 series to be a very cool, different take on some of the DC characters. This one is no different. It starts out, it's an origin story. Very much like the Man of Steel film back from 2014. A little different. There is a different enemy named Tyrell from the planet Darren, who apparently was a rival planet in the same solar system as Krypton. But we'll get to that here in a minute. So the story starts out with Clark, who is, in his early 20s, just coming to the big city, does not know what he wants to do with his life because he is so different. You see him, try out for professional sports teams, tries for a job at a science lab, which I found very intriguing, and many other things. And in the midst of all this, self-discovery and the journey, Tyrell comes to attack planet Earth because he has discovered that Clark is here and is still the lone survivor of Krypton and has come to finish what was started 20 years ago. And it is very much, again, like the movie in that the ships come, they start destroying innocent people, innocent lives, and Clark has to make a choice whether he is to stand idle or reveal himself to the planet. As you can probably guess, he decides to reveal himself to the planet and to Tyrell, who, of course, in the midst of everything, gives you the typical bad guy speech of, this is why we're doing this, this is what happened, this is what I plan to do to finish you. The only thing that they never touch on is Darrenites, I guess that's what I'll call them. Tyrell reveals that every 20 years or so, the planets in the solar system would come close enough together that they could achieve interspace travel between the two worlds. So they would have a war every 20 years that this would happen. And a mystery someone comes to Darren and gives them the means of which to plant probes and allow them to eventually destroy Krypton. And of course, as Clark finds all this out, the emotions come out and he begins to do what Superman does. He just goes OP on everybody, which I love. I love it. And it's just great. One of the things that I truly found really cool with this book is the artwork here is some of my favorite in comics of anything I've read. And I mean, the colors, the way the characters are drawn, especially Superman, it is a very human looking take on everything. Very well drawn, very well colored. I cannot stress that this book is an all-around package with a great story, great visuals, great colors. So if you're a fan of all three of those things or anything specific, this is definitely a book for you. I cannot highly recommend it enough. I do plan on getting the rest of this series. There is another volume 1, or this was volume 1. Should get another volume 2. I believe there's a volume 3. Don't quote me on that. And as I read those, I will be sure to let you know how the story continues. That's all I've got for this week, guys. Also, while you're here on Instagram, check out our sister page, Funky Town Collectibles. They've got something every day in new posts for pops and pop culture for Funko. They also have a YouTube channel. They've been doing amazing work on there. They actually recently just did a crossover episode where they had some questions for my fellow Triangle of Truth members here, Jenna and Jay, and I thought it was a really good episode. Definitely recommend you checking it out. Alright guys, until next time, you have a great one.